Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure, I'm paddling out onto Lake Durant. I'm also staying at this campground, so let's go check it out. Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Lake Durant, and Lake Durant has some fabulous mountain views basically everywhere you look. Now that's right here in front of me. That is an island out here in Lake Durant, and back over this way is the DEC Campground Lake Durant, and that is where I'm staying. So I got to kind of keep paddling on this one because the black flies are out. This is late May, or I should say, yeah, it's not quite late May. Memorial Day weekend is the weekend coming up. So this is opening weekend for the DEC Campground Lake Durant. And out here away from the island, I can get a nice little breeze to keep the black flies away because they are thick this year. But this was originally known as 34 Flow, and Lake Durant is a made-man lake. It was made for the lumbering industry as a water impoundment to help raft logs down the Hudson River to the mills. And so after the lumbering industry was done in the early 1930s, they redid the dam down here between, I think it was 32 and 35, and they kept Lake Durant open. So Lake Durant is named after William West Durant. William Durant was very traveled for a young man. He schooled in Europe and was in Egypt when his father, the railroad tycoon Thomas Durant, summoned him home to help develop the Central Adirondacks for tourism. Now Thomas Durant was in control of the Union Pacific Railroad in the 1860s, and by the 1870s Thomas had become the largest private landowner in the Adirondacks, and so that's when he summoned his son home, and his son put his son in charge of drawing in investors. So his son built camps like the Great Camp Sagamore, Great Camp Pine Knot. There's another one on my tip of my tongue. I can't think of it right off the bat. But those camps are now National Historic Landmarks. And so Thomas, or I should say William, came home here, and his job was to offer up the properties in these great camps to the elites, because how would they get up here? By the trains that his father, Thomas Durant, ran. So in August of 1936, this lake was named or switched from 34 flow to Lake Durant after William West Durant, who died in 1934. And if you pass right over here to my right, and I'll wheel the camera around, you can see the highway over there. There is a parking area right there. And in that parking area, there is a plaque, a couple of plaques actually, but this plaque for William Durant. It was dedicated on that boulder by Durant's second wife, Annie, in 1936. And I believe it's William West Durant who devoted much of his life to developing the Adirondacks and making known its beauty. So this lake, I've gone by it many times. I've never paddled it. It's the first time I'm staying at the DEC Lake Durant Campground over here. I will have a review out on that after I stay there. And yes, if you want to come, Lake Durant, obviously Route 30 is right here next to it, so you'll be able to see it if you go by. But it is about 2 miles from Blue Mountain Lake, and I think 9 miles to Indian Lake this way. It's not a bad lake. It's a good sized lake. It's skinny but long. I've paddled, probably halfway now. Okay, I'm gonna paddle a little bit more. Keep the black bugs off me. The nice little wind today. It's not too bad for May. What is today? May 22nd, I believe it is. And it's about 64 degrees. So it is not bad of a day. So it's quite the area. Quite the area. But summer's approaching, and I can't wait for it to get a little bit warmer. I haven't gone for a dip yet this year because the water is still really cold. And I do believe last year at this time, I'd already been in the water. But this year I have not been. But it's getting there. So I'm going to finish out my paddle here, see what I can see, and then go find my next adventure. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.